5-Minute Mom. So I got this notification um, from somewhere in my email, and it was about caution fatigue and how we have to be really aware of caution fatigue right now because people get tired of being cautious. So if you don't know what caution fatigue is, I'm going to give you a little analogy or a little story, actually. So we're down here in Texas. People like to fish. They like to go out into the ocean. So there's a friend that was out. He got stung by a stingray when he was out in the water. He's not that deep out. He's out fishing. And so then for, about a month or two, when he would go in, he'd shuffle his feet, along the bottom of the water when he would go in along the sand. Because if you don't step down on a stingray, it's not going to sting you. But if you're shuffling your feet, it disrupts everything. So he was being cautious so he wouldn't get stung again. The thing is, that only lasted for a month or two because then he just nothing bad happened, so he quit doing it. So right now people are saying with certain precautions, we need to watch out for caution fatigue. And I'm just going to say this. I personally am very much suffering from fatigue at this point. However, it is not caution fatigue. It is bullshit fatigue. So I don't know what else to say. That's it. I think this is like 2-Minute Mom. That's all I have. I could post in the description everything that I've read about the science behind wearing masks, and because I did read quite a bit from highly reputable sources given to me from people who are very pro-mask, and I would read the information, and I'm not brilliant, but I'm not a dummy, and I would say it does seem like the science is very much settled that these things don't really work, much less the way we're doing it with whatever you throw over your face, and people touching it all the time. Like my 8-year-old had one on in the store the other day, and she handed it to me, and it was like she'd been chewing the inside of it. It was totally gross. I'm like, and then there's the other thing. I haven't read any of the science on this, but I see it coming up. There's it's gotta be a breeding ground for germs when it's wet. It's a damp, warm environment. Anyway, so yeah, it's not caution fatigue for me at all. It is, it's a different kind of fatigue. I am feeling fatigued, but it's a different kind of fatigue. So for me, I just avoid doing anything that is like mask mandated or required where I live. And fortunately, down here in Texas, it's not perfect, but there still are, most places that you can get done what you need to do without having to wear a mask. There's still a lot of other things that make me very sad. The sterilization of the mass is one of them. But yeah, I can't talk about that because I'll cry, and I don't want to cry for you. So anyway, again, do what you can to have a peaceful heart and enjoy life right now, because I have a feeling the next 10 days to 3 months is going to be quite a bumpy ride. And so we're going to have to protect our health. And to do that, we need to be in a good mental state. So get out, be around people that make you laugh. There are a whole lot of us that have not lost our sense of humor. And if you need to go, sing loudly about bullshit fatigue somewhere with someone, call me. I will make jokes with you, okay? It's probably too soon to joke about a lot of things in public. People don't think it's funny. And I don't mean to make light of loss of life. I've had friends and family members that have died due to illness. due to accidents. It's tough. We should grieve. We should grieve for those. We should grieve for those who have died. We should grieve for the loss of life. We should let ourselves experience that. But that doesn't mean that we ignore lying and manipulation of truth. So there's that. We don't have to do that. We don't have to ignore the truth to be able to grieve the loss of loved ones. God bless you. Good measure, packed down and flowing over.